Maria, a hardworking and underappreciated serving maid to Dallas socialite Susan Harmon, daydreams about tying a gag over her demanding mistress's mouth, and taking her place as the wealthy lady of the house, for a day while Susan is all tied up. She embers on a spending spree at Neiman Marcus using Susan's account, wears her furs, capes, and gemstones, all the while relishing her inability to talk back, or talk at all. Maria had always felt invisible in the grand halls of the Harmon estate. Day in and day out, she catered to Susan's every whim, from organizing extravagant soirees to polishing the silverware until it gleamed like the stars. But beneath her dutiful exterior lay a spark of rebellion, a yearning to escape the confines of her role and step into the luxurious life of her employer, even if just for a day. One fateful afternoon, as Maria dusted the ornate mantelpiece in the grand living room, her mind began to wander. She imagined what it would be like to be Susan, to glide through the world with confidence and authority, draped in furs and adorned with glittering gemstones. The thought sent a thrill through her, a fantasy so vivid that she could almost hear the clinking of diamonds against one another. In a moment of boldness, Maria concocted a plan. She would indulge in her fantasy, if only for a fleeting afternoon. With a mischievous glint in her eye, she decided to take advantage of Susan's upcoming charity gala, where the socialite would be occupied with last-minute preparations and meetings. That evening, as Susan dressed for the event, Maria snuck into the lavishly decorated master bedroom. She marveled at the opulence around Hearth silk sheets, the designer dresses, and the sparkling jewelry that adorned Susan's vanity. Her heart raced as she slipped into one of Susan's elegant gowns, the fabric hugging her figure in a way that made her feel powerful and beautiful. A luxurious fur coat draped over her shoulders, and she adorned her fingers with rings that twinkled like stars. But the pièce de résistance was yet to come. Maria grabbed a silk scarf from Susan's collection, imagining how it would feel to silence the demanding voice that had echoed through her days. With a quick flick of her wrist, she fashioned a gag, a playful nod to her fantasy of being lady of the house. With a deep breath, she stepped into the opulent world that had always been just out of reach. As she made her way to Neiman Marcus, she felt an intoxicating mix of exhilaration and fear. The store was a palace of luxury, and Maria reveled in the attention she received as she strode through the aisles, her head held high. Using Susan's account, she indulged in a spending spree that would leave anyone breathless. She selected exquisite dresses, sparkling accessories, and even a pair of designer shoes that seemed to whisper promises of elegance. Each purchase felt like a small act of rebellion against the life she had known, a chance to reclaim her identity, even if just for a moment. As she admired herself in the mirror, surrounded by the finery she had chosen, Maria felt liberated. She twirled in her new attire, savoring the feeling of wealth and power. The gag around her mouth was a reminder of her fantasy, a playful acknowledgement of her dreams. In that moment, she was not just a maid, she was a queen, ruling over her own kingdom of luxury and glamour. With each passing hour, Maria embraced her new identity, relishing the thrill of being all tied up. She danced through the night, celebrating her newfound freedom, and for the first time, she felt seen not as a servant, but as a woman who dared to dream.